check this out. Number one, I don't submit because I'm not submissive. Number two, I have never met a man that I felt was superior to me, so why would I submit? Three, it is not the way of my ancestors. I am a traditionalist, and traditionally we were not patriarchal, and we did not submit to the man. And fourth, and most importantly, I literally gave you life. Why would I submit to you? Make it make sense, and it just don't. Not now, not tomorrow, not never. Okay? I hope that clears it up for you. So I've said this before, but I guess I need to say it again. No, I don't believe in submitting to a man. Can you imagine? And why, you ask? So check this out. Number one, I don't submit because I'm not submissive.
Right there. I like what she's saying. And if you're under the ground, you can go there with me. Because only surface people are not going to know how to respond. Trust me. I understand what she's saying because I can see it in more than one lens. But I also have to be true to who I am. She said that she don't submit. Now, we got to go off of what she said. She said she don't submit. So the fact that she don't submit, that is an indication to me, whatever man that she's looking for, no matter how good he's treating her, how loyal he is to her, how he spoils her, she's just not going to submit. See, I can't go along with that. I can't go along with that, Queen Kings and things, because I can't go back on who I am as a woman. And as a woman that were raised by all men, I tell you that in just about every video, at least every other one. Me being raised by men, a dad and two older brothers, being an only girl. My daddy didn't teach me how to be submissive either. He didn't teach me how to be submissive to a man. But what he taught me how to be independent. He also taught me how a man is supposed to treat me. He taught me that. He taught me how a man is supposed to treat me. And in the midst of teaching me how a man is supposed to treat me, it showed me how I could really love someone because they're treating me that way, the way I know I'm supposed to be treated as a woman. And it's going to connect because there was a man that taught me that. I didn't have a mom. But my dad taught me, let me show you how men are supposed to treat you. And because he showed me how men were supposed to treat me, it also showed me how I can return that. And it showed me like things that the other side men also go through. Again, because I'm in a house with all men. So being in the house with all men and no women, you can ask yourself then, if you were in the house with all men and no women, where did you think your soft skills came from? Your soft skills came from your dad. Stop right there. They didn't. My dad had to learn those soft skills from somewhere else. He wasn't raised up by himself, and he was not raised up with a dad. My dad was raised by my grandmother that adopted him since he was 2 or 3 days old. He was an only child, and there was never a man with my grandma. She was as pure as I could see a woman be. And she took and she raised a child up and taught him his soft skills, because If he didn't have those skills, he wouldn't have been able to teach me. Because he taught me, and I know he taught me in such a good way, I know me as a wife is a very good one. I cook, I clean, I work. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm classy, sassy, big mouth. Some days I can shut it up if I want to. The moral is, all I have to do is be treated the way I'm supposed to be treated as a woman. And when I am treated the way I'm treated as a woman, for me, I don't have a choice but to keep my soft skills up. I don't have a choice but to become submissive in my relationship. Because remember, I'm getting everything that I'm supposed to get out of it as well. So with her and I will disconnect that or agree to disagree. If she say that she's not that way at all, and the way she's saying it to me, the way I'm taking it, the way I can correlate it is, it doesn't matter how she's treated. It doesn't matter which way she go. It doesn't matter how she's being treated. It doesn't matter who's giving her what. She's just not going to be that type of person. And I think that's where everybody need to stop and pay attention. If you're that person, then you need to be categorized in that particular space. If you're a person like me, you need to be categorized in that particular space. And that's why I think my problem is when I see so many channels that's degrading and bashing and beating black women to a pulp. That's where my disconnect in my heart come in at, because I don't understand. I hear it so much and I'm like, wait a minute, are these the only women that you're meeting? Because all us women aren't like that. Not all women are the same. And that's where the problem coming in at. If we had men on these channels and you specifically talk about the women that you're dealing with, and you start give any woman, look around, you mean out of this whole world, I never see a man get on his video before or after bashing a black woman. I never see them show a classic woman that they can advertise and say, most women need to be like this woman right here. I'm not talking about them women that they anticipate winning you over because they know how to win you over on some of these channels because they beat women to a pulp just to make you come in and join with them. I'm not talking about that type of woman. I'm talking about a woman that's a real, genuine, altruistic, loyal woman that will do whatever needs to be done as long as she find her right mate. And you men can sit back there and you can say whatever you want to say, but I know it's a man. Listen, you can hide from anybody, but you cannot hide from your conscience. Y'all can act big, bad, and boasty, very biggity when you're around other men, very biggity when you're in a circle amongst men. But when you get slap dab in the middle and you have to sit next to a woman and face her eye to eye, that's when you get tongue twisted and tied and stuff like that. And then you walk off out of a conversation, and the communicating part of it that you should have been holding with that woman, you never made it there because you only big, bad, and boasty when you're not around me. Because you men become so intimidated by black women and you just scared to admit that. Oh no, I just don't want to argue. Yeah, you just don't want to keep it real. You just don't want to communicate because you want to do what you want to do. And then that's where the friction come in between a man and a woman. But y'all need to stick to the script. There are women out there that are good. But if you fall amongst those type of men that you know that you're not treating your spouse right, you know that you're not treating your girlfriend right, you know that you're not even treating your children right, you need to take ownership for it. Women, if you know that you're not doing the things right either, the man going, he work all day long and then he come home and the house filthy. All you're doing is hanging out, talking on the phone, buying new hair weave, kids not even ready for bed. See, these are the things that I'm trying to say. Those are different category of women. This lady is a pretty classy lady to me, but I'm going to have to agree with her and then I'm going to have to disagree with her. So I will agree to disagree. But I do agree with her on a lot of this. But the part of being submissive, I can't agree on that, because once I find someone that literally treats me the way I'm supposed to be treated, You don't have a choice but to be submissive, because then you love that person so much until you would do anything in your power to make it work. But that person is also giving back as well. But what happened when only one person is giving back? But I don't want to get into that part. I want to say why I know that I can be very submissive. The problem with it is I have not found that mate, or I have not found that man that makes me feel like they care enough for me to once again in my life drop my guards. Because I don't want to get into something that I've already been in. And that's what 99% of the women are trying to tell you. So at this point in our life, we really don't care how old we are. We just don't want the headache anymore. And that's where you tell these men, I promote you to go out there and look for the woman you want. When you find a black woman you want that can flute your hoot, then you stay there. When you find a white woman that you want that can flute your toot, you stay there as well. That means a woman like myself, a woman like this lady, a woman like so many other queens out there, we are okay with it. At that point, why don't y'all start labeling the women that need to be labeled? And if you see a woman with some potential, why don't you straighten up and you'll see her straighten up?
2, I have never met a man that I felt was superior to me.
And that's what it is right there too. I don't know if I'm going to agree with you on that either. When you say you never met a man that's superior to you, this for the letter M. When you say you never met a man that you're superior with, or that's superior to you, whichever way you want to think about it, that's a real problem right there. So it makes me wonder in one or two ways. Have you honestly really never been around that person? Or are you just a more high-class, biggity one where you haven't let anyone in? Because I'm sure you have ever met a man, because you will never be superior to them. And honestly, they'll never be superior to you. If you have not met someone that have been special to you in your life, I'm going to either beg your pardon or I'm going to dig deeper in the conversation with you, because the truth will come out. That means you were overly sheltered and never been with a man or around one, or just the men you've been choosing has never been a fit for you. And maybe you need to move in a different area, or maybe you need to move this a little differently. Because sometimes if we hold our tongue, we can get it together too. I don't know. But I can't agree with you on that. Because you'll know when you met a person that's special to you. Because you'll be able to just go to the store. I feel bad for you, because something is wrong. You got to find a way to put your guards down, because you don't always have to protect your heart. I had to figure that out. Sometimes if you just let the Lord protect you, or whoever you pray to, He's going to protect you from a lot of things. And it's something holding you down, because you're telling me first you're not submissive, and then you're telling me you've never met a man that's been superior to you, or you need to be superior to him. Whichever way, it leads down the same road. The thing of it is, if you in your age have never met someone like that before, I can either say that I need you to open up a little bit more and be real, or I can say you've been sheltered so much you don't know what you're looking for. Because being superior to a man will never come easy when you're a woman. You might even have more money than him, but you're never stronger than him. That's it right there. And I think what your problem is, you're such a strong lady until you haven't met a man that has shown you that you can put your guards down. And you can just cry and you won't hear it again. And he will protect you, and he'll protect your heart. You're such a strong woman, because I've looked at your videos and you speak some really good stuff. And I promise you, you're on the page you're on. I'm on that page too. The only difference is I came with just a little bit more heart. I got a little bit more heart, and it's not so much geared against men. I got a heart that's geared against people in their wrong. And this is where you're failing. Only because, I'm not going to say you're failing, because you're about the only one that I have met on here. You and one other lady that I can see that I understand we're right here. I understand where you're coming from in your videos. But I also now can see where there's cracks at. You're a very strong woman. And what men don't understand, when you want to crack the code on a strong woman, you got to have this. And when you come with this, you can't play no games, because when you do, she's going to eat you up right there. And when she eats you up right there, that's when you're going to start making sure that she thinks she all of that, or she thinks she this, or nobody can't touch her. And what you don't know, anybody could touch her. You're just not the person that's really touching her the right way. I'm going to bring some more videos of her, because I think that she will be one of the closest people between her, and I'm being honest with you, between her and Kevin Samuels. These are the only two. And sometimes when I listen to Steve Harvey, those are the only two that make me honestly bring my A game. You have to listen to them, because both of them speak silly at times. She done said some dumbass stuff, and then he say some dumbass stuff, and then y'all got me in the middle that I always have to be the referee, because what y'all saying, let me be the middleman, because I got the common ground for the man and the woman. I wish he was alive. I would have a field day. I would love him to death. It's a mind thing. It's all about what you got here. It's about, see what it is. Some people don't understand when you're a mind person. Why some people sitting right here in the conversation, a minds person like Kevin Samuels, a minds person like this lady, the Voodoo Queen lady, a minds person like Steve Harvey. Those are real, true minds people. They get right here, and when they'll be so far ahead of you, you're just starting. Some people may look at me and say, what's she talking about? Exactly. That's what I'm talking about right there. I wish I could really meet her. She's really a good person. You just have to understand where she's coming from. I get it. I get it.
Why would I submit? 3, it is not the way of my ancestors. I am a traditionalist, and tradition.
It's not the way of your ancestors, but let's be real. Your ancestors didn't have a say-so. It don't matter what you telling me about a book. It doesn't matter what you tell me about a car. It doesn't matter anything you tell me from back then. Your ancestors did not have a say-so. So when you tell me anything, and I don't even need to listen to the rest of it, this number 3, the reason why is because your ancestors didn't have a say-so. Why do you think you're the complexion you are with the good hair? You didn't have a say-so. The master took your soul and saved from her. So what do you mean? She had to become, in those moments, what did she do? She had to become submissive in a different way. It was that submissiveness to where she really didn't want to be submissive, but she was forced into it, like some of these videos are, because that's what they do in their country. She was forced into a different type of submission. You're saying that she did your ancestors, that's going against your ancestors. No, it's not. It's aligning with your ancestors. Again, your ancestors, they did not have a tongue. Everything was taken. Why do you think you are? You look like you're biracial. You're beautiful. And I could see you gear more to black. But why do you think your skin complexion is like that? I'm going to keep going, because I can stay on that conversation right there too.
We were not patriarchal, and we did not submit to the man.
You had to submit to the man, because when he took it, you had to give it up. That's submission. I submit. You had to give it up. When the master said, the cook, this is what I want to eat, and you do it for my white wife too, you had to cook. When the white master said, I'm taking you from your black husband, and I'll have you for the night, you had to go. It aligns with submissive.
4th, and most importantly, I literally gave you life.
And right there is where me and you agree cold-heartedly. I can't go against you and never will. Who do you men think you are? I have told you this 1,000 times. Now you have two queens telling you the same thing. If you want to really be taught soft skills, you're not going to learn that from a man. I just told you my daddy raised me. I am the flip side to the average woman. I'm the unique side to it. You don't get soft skills from that side over there. Just understand it like this. In my household, when I was growing up, I was an only girl growing up in the house with all men. When my daddy was a kid, he was a boy growing up in the house with just his mom. He didn't have a dad. He's adopted. My grandma didn't have a man. My daddy seen a straight angel his whole life. He learned how to raise me and also teach and show me the softer side and to continue to be a woman. I'm not a tomboy, never have been one. But a man was able to teach me that. Why? Because he allowed a woman to show him how to raise up as a man, the part that she could do. But what she did that saved him was he knew how to raise me. And if I raised you and I gave you life, if I birthed you, who are you to ever feel the need to get anywhere and bash me as a black woman and make a profit off of me and never give back? All of these channels that's abusing women with their tongue, you need to snatch it out and put an ick in their mouth and see how they feel about swallowing something like that. Imagine that. Imagine somebody snatching that out and putting that in their mouth. And you got to walk around and you got to keep looking. Everybody looking at you because you got an ick in your mouth. Fool. How do you think we feel as black women? Do you know what type of dagger in our heart it's go to bed on that. If I don't agree with her on anything else, why would I be superior to you? And I brought you here. You will never be able to have another you without me. That's what men aren't getting. You don't get it. It's not about you or me. It's a partnership. But if each person don't play their role, it'll never work. If someone not willing to put their hands down and apologize and come and give the other one a hug and own up, take accountability, it would never work whether you're a male or a female. Your relationship will never work when only one person is happy. If I don't agree with her on anything else, we birthed y'all. And I believe we'll continue to always do that. And all we're looking for is just a little bit of respect. That's it. A little bit more homage. If you have a problem that you need to speak with your wife, girlfriend, mate, significant other about, why not have a conversation with them? Problems come from a lot of different ways and directions. You can run to the white woman if you want to. You're still going to come up with the same type of fleas. You could run to a woman that's telling you she's very submissive, but at the end of the day, get her heart and really look at it. She resenting you for so many things because she really don't want to be there. She's there because she's forced into it. But find somebody that's pure. Find somebody that's genuine. Find somebody that's loyal and altruistic and got your back. You'll be surprised how good you could feel. I'm going to bring more videos like this with her. All my Queen Kings and things. I also am getting ready to take live question and answers from you. If you want to speak to me, it doesn't matter what we're talking about. As long as you keep it clean, cute, and you can be mute, we'll be good. But I'll let you know when that's getting ready to happen. I'll post that over in community news. I'm gonna be ready for y'all because there's so many men in the comments. They ready for me. I know they are. They ready. And thank y'all so much for those 500 subscribers. Listen, y'all just thank you. I'm gonna continue to be me. That's all I know how to be. When you're free, you could be me. I'm going to continue to bring videos from her like this because honestly, and I know a lot of people aren't going to get it, but she's a challenge for me. She's a challenge for me because her and I, we're barking down the same road. And the fact that we're barking on the same road, but guess what? We're really not barking at each other. But we're also two strong type women. Just listen to her. For those that don't really get it, I know, oh, who she thinks she is. No, listen to who she is. Don't worry about who she thinks she is. It's like Queen the Queen. Don't worry about who you think I am. Just listen. Pay attention. You will learn something from a queen or two. Now, we're going to go out listening to her. Now, y'all can click out here when y'all want to. But I'm going to sit right here and watch y'all and see how many of y'all hang up on me. Hang up on me and watch what happens. I'm going to hang up on y'all when y'all start calling me. This your girl, Queen Dee Dee, with Dee Dee Said It. I'm going to tell you to like, share, comment, subscribe. If you don't do anything else, babies, get to know me. So let's go out with her and just listen to her. But y'all already heard my side of it. Rewind it back. Rewind it back. Now, when you see me do this, I agree with her. When you see me do this, now y'all hang up when you want to.
Why would I submit to you? Make it make sense, and it just don't.
It makes sense, dude. It do make sense. Never. It makes sense.
I hope that clears it up for you.
It didn't clear it up. We have to come back and talk again.
So I've said this before, but I guess I need to say it again.
If you want to, I'm listening.
No, I don't believe in submitting to a man.
To an extent, you have to.
Can you imagine?
To an extent.
And
come
why
on.
you ask? So check this out. Number one, I don't submit because I'm not submissive.
Yes, you are.
Number two,
you just don't know it.
I have never met a man that I felt was superior to me.
Are you sure?
Why would I submit?
Are you sure you've seen him before?
Three, it is not the way of my ancestors. I am a traditionalist.
How?
And traditionally, we were not patriarchal. And we did not submit to the man. And fourth, and most importantly,
she ain't gonna let me talk.
I literally gave you life.
I agree.
Why would I submit to you?
You didn't let me answer number 3, but I agree with number 4.
Bye, girl. Makes sense, and it just don't.
Well, okay, bye.